Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media. We've hopped on a plane, come over to Dublin because we heard the crazy news that a certain Jason Quigley is making a comeback. Good morning, sir. And is this true?
This is one hit. I'm not in here just for the sake of it. Yeah, 100% true. Really, look, excited for this fight coming up now on April 1st. It's 10 years ago yesterday since I won my national senior championship, and that was in the National Stadium in Dublin. And 10 years on, I'll be making my first professional fight in Ireland in the National Stadium headlining. So, it's a good, some good vibes going on around here, and training's going brilliant. Very excited and looking forward to this one now for sure.
We've seen you this morning down here in the gym with Andy Lee and Panny Dodd. Yeah. And you're looking very sharp already, mate.
Yeah, look, it's a lot of fighters, come into the gym and try to get into shape. Do you know what I mean? Like early on in camp, whereas I try to just maintain my fitness levels, and I have to be careful not overtraining. You know what I mean? Because outside the gym, I'm very disciplined as well, and I like to stay in shape, whether it's boxing, whether it's weights, just running, whatever it may be. Even like I went home this summer past and I played Gaelic football back for my local team, Sean McCool's. Like,
you play Gaelic football?
Yeah. So we won the league and everything over the summer. Like, was great. I hadn't did that since I was 15 years of age. So I'm always, keeping active, keeping in shape because I enjoy it. And for your own head as well, like, do you know what I mean? Anybody out there that, suffers from anything knows that you get a good session in the gym, a good sweat up, then you always come out feeling $1 million. Like, so I really enjoy training, whether it's for boxing, whether it's just for myself. Puts me in good humour, puts me in good mood. And yeah, I'm always in pretty good out shape.
Well, listen, you've had probably about 15, 16 months out now. Obviously, last up, you fought Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, which, it was an amazing fight to take out there, and it didn't go your way, but you stepped up and you fought him. After that, did you think, I'm just going to take some time off, or were you thinking, look, I'm just going to, that's it for me, I'm done?
Everything you said. Yeah, so like for me it was a little bit of everything. The right away after the fight I was just furious. I was raging the way the fight went for me, and I was like, I'll be back, I'll be world champion again, 100%. Like, this isn't the end. And then it was coming up to Christmas and my jaw was broke and I couldn't eat what I wanted to eat, and I was already dieting for how many weeks leading into that fight, and then my diet was even harder. Whenever my jaw was broke, I was eating less than what I was eating before the fight. So it was difficult, yes, and I suppose I felt sorry for myself, and I was down in the dumps for a while after it, which is only normal. I think it was my dream. Since I was a young kid, it was always wanted to be world champion. And I got that chance and didn't even really get a chance to grab it. Like, it was gone from me.
We were surprised at that fight and the result, because you fought Shane Mosley before that and in Vegas, and you won a very hard fight there, and we thought, this is it, this is his time.
Yeah, for sure, and I thought the same. And I felt great. Like, the first knockdown, the first real shot that Demetrius landed, like, it broke my jaw. So, like, you just don't really have. It was a difficult task in a way, but a task that I thought and believed that I could win. But then with a broken jaw, I just had so much to deal with, and so much going on in the fight. Then the last thing in my mind was actually kind of really Demetrius, because I was like trying to figure out what was going on. Obviously, I didn't know my jaw was broke. I was wondering, did my teeth knocked out? I could taste the blood. The blood was running down my throat. It was difficult to breathe. But look, that's boxing. There's worse things happen fighters in the ring. There's not so worse things that happen fighters in the ring. That's just the sport that we're in, and that's the way that I had to look at it. I had to stop feeling sorry for myself. I had to stop saying, why did this happen to me? Why could I not? Why could he not have broke my jaw? And like, maybe in the 8th or 9th round that could possibly have continued, do you know what I mean? But in the first round, and I said, Jason, why are you making excuses? Like, you went in there, you prepared yourself the best you could, better man won on the night, and honestly, like, I have so much respect for Demetrius, and I really hope that he goes and gets like his world title fights against the likes of Canelo, against the likes of like all the champions out there at super middle. Demetrius Andrade. You know, you could get Benavidez, you could get Clay Plant. You know, you get all these lads for him, but none of them want to take him on. Like, you know, and he's proved himself over and over through the years, and I hope he gets his chance. And I wish him well. Like, even though, even though, you know what I mean. You move on from it, and you know it's a sport and it's a business. At the end of the day, he's in to do his job, I'm in to do mine, and we move on.
Listen, you are moving on. 1st of April, National Stadium. We were there with one of your lads, Brett McGinty, who you've started to sort of manage and look after. And it's a cracking atmosphere in that place, isn't it? What made you choose that venue? Because you know, it's going to be rowdy, mate.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable venue. It's a purpose-built boxing arena. There's only 2 in the world, one in Dublin, one in Thailand. And you know, the venue itself, it is just centred around the boxing ring.
Like a cauldron, isn't it?
Yeah, and the atmosphere is unbelievable in it. It was actually at Brett's fight before the show started. I jumped in the ring, you know, just to danced around. I was like, "Jeez, this feels good. I want to come back and headline this place." Like, and that's kind of where it all kicked off from. And then, you know, seeing Brett in there doing his thing, performing well, and you know, moving up the ranks in his professional career, which is great to see. Such a great disciplined lad, doing brilliant work. Anytime that both of us are back in Donegal, we're jumping in the ring, we're sparring together, we're getting workouts in together. So Brett's a great lad with a good future ahead of him, and he keeps working well with Ricky and Blaine, the lads over in Manchester. You know, he can do some good things in boxing, and it's great to have him on the card as well. Like, you know, on April 1st, going to be brilliant.
Yeah, he's looking forward to it as well. He was like a kid with a new toy at Christmas when he come in the gym and said, "You know what, Jason's fighting and I'm going to be on the undercard." Yeah. He was so excited. But you've picked a right opponent, mate. Kim Poulsen, 36 fights, 30 wins, I think 22 knockouts. I mean, he's not, you know, an easy pushover. This is not a journeyman at all. You know, what made you pick someone as you know, experienced and as good as this guy?
Yeah, look, you know, I suppose people were a little bit surprised with the opponent, and I'm at the stage and at the level too that I don't want to be going way back down the ranks, really. Do you know what I mean? I'm at this stage of my career. I want to stay fighting at a high level, and I want to stay competing at a high level, because that's the only way you're going to get back to that ultimate level again. And Kim Poulsen, you know, he's a good fighter. He's got a great record, and it's for the fans as well. Like, I don't want them paying their hard-earned money, you know, to come and watch a fight that's going to be over in a couple of rounds or a couple of minutes. Do you know what I mean? I want them to get their money's worth. And, you know, I've been so grateful and so lucky and blessed with the support that I've had throughout my boxing career. It's been unbelievable. And the fans that have travelled and followed me around the world, you know, especially over in America, it's been top class. And I really want to give back to them now with a show here in Dublin, and get in there and put on a great show for them.
We want you to get back to Vegas, because that's going to be one trip. That you and Brett in Vegas would be great, wouldn't it?
Never say never.
So listen, you decide that you're going to come back. You've made that decision. How's it go down at home? Are they supporting you? Are they like, "Oh, why are you doing this?" Well, are they well for it? I'm assuming they were.
Yeah, you know, my fiancée April was probably one of the main reasons why I'm back in the ring again. She says, "I would love for you to be at home all the time. I'd love for you not to be fighting no more." She says, "But I don't want you turning around in 10 years' time, even 5-6 years' time, saying, I should have given it another crack, because it's too late then." Do you know what I mean? So I surrounded myself, after the last fight, with some great people, people that cared about me, people that loved me, and people that wanted the right things for me in my life.
That's so important.
Like, you know, I'm so blessed, like, to have that around me, to have that environment. But it's not luck either. I made a lot of hard decisions throughout my career and throughout my life that, you know, you have to create that environment for yourself. Sometimes might not go down well with people, but that's sometimes the things that you have to do, the sacrifices that you have to make, the decisions you have to make in life. And I'm very lucky that you know, I had the right people around me, and you know, I was able to make that circle, make that environment, and it has got me to where I am today, in a really great place. And you know, this is a sport. We get in there, we want to give it absolutely everything we got. I will get into that ring. I'll give it absolutely everything I got. Deep down inside me, I know I can get in there, put on a brilliant performance. But on the night, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. This is boxing, but I can guarantee you one thing. I'm going to get into that ring. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to give it my absolute all.
Well, I tell you what, I do know one thing is that you will be massively supported. It'll be packed to the rafters, and it's going to be jumping for those few hours that night, with all you guys on there. It's a cracking venue as well, like we've spoken about, and when we're upstairs in the change rooms, it's all like old world, 1950s, 1960s. It's just a proper boxing arena, and it's going to be a good place. And talking of good places, this is a cracking gym. Down here this morning with Andy Lee and your man Paddy Donovan. I mean, fucking hell, what a gym, mate. There's some history here, isn't there?
History here, and there's some eyes looking down at us training here. Some past, present, and still some future.
One day you might have yours up there on the wall.
Yeah, definitely. That's the plan, to leave a legacy behind. That's what we all want to do, and I wanna make a memory now on April 1st for everybody, that they'll remember this show and remember this night as a great night in boxing history, in boxing Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, getting professional boxing back on its feet again, which is going to be amazing. And as we say, this fight is going to be packed to the rafters. There is still some tickets available. Tickets went on sale last week. Flying out the door, absolutely brilliant. So there's only a few left, but if anyone is looking, on my social media, there's links and there's everything there to get the tickets. And let's
nice plug.
Oh, definitely. Let's get it at it. You know what I mean? And let's lift the roof of the place.
Too right. And then once you've lifted the roof, you've been successful, you've got your victory. What is the plan? Do you want one more stab at that, maybe that world title, once you sort of get to those levels?
Yeah, without a doubt, it's hard to do this sport without having that ambition and that goal. It's a very difficult sport to be in just for the crack,
You're getting it in the head, it's not fun, is it?
But really, I'm in this one now I'm not really looking past this fight, to be honest, because you're only as good as your last fight in this sport, and every boxer knows that, I go in here, put on a brilliant performance, blow this lad out of here, then the doors are going to be open, the phone calls will be happening, everything will be happening. But as of now, I'm just fully focused, fully confident in this fight coming up, and that's my how's the farm? That's my only ambition now, and that's my only goal in sights right now.
Well, listen, it's so nice to see you smiling, so nice to see you back in the gym, and you're looking sharp, you're looking happy, and that's all we can want for you, just to enjoy what you're doing. You've given a lot of other people a lot of joy with the fights. You didn't have to take the Andrade fight, but you went and tested yourself, and fair play, no one can ever knock you for not trying. I think we're going to see some good things from you in the next year, 18 months, and we wish you all the very, very best. And Brett, of course, he's another young protege of yours that's going to come up and benefit from your experience as well. So best of luck to both of you, and thanks for inviting us over today.
Lovely, and thanks for having me, and thanks for going through the Dublin traffic and getting over here to Ireland, and
and the worst hangover ever.
I told you to stay away from the Guinness, boy. I told you to stay away from the Guinness.
On that note, thank you. Cheers, mate.